Hi, Kathy.
Hey, Josh, how are you today?
I'm good. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you. You're kind of low key today. Like you want to talk serious business today.
Well, actually, I was going to say the opposite. I was going to say this is going to be an interesting episode because it's going to be somewhat of a promotion announcement. You and I kind of going down memory lane of these past events. But yeah, we are here today to talk about Basecamp 2022, which is our annual leadership retreat, and we are holding it this year and for the very first time in Austin, Texas. I'm pretty excited. Are you?
I am. Have you been to
No,
Austin?
this is actually going to be my first time, so that's another reason why I'm very, very excited for this one.
Well, as a Southern person, I love the South, but I love Texas, and I love Austin because it's so different and it's like a whole nother state.
Totally.
But if you love country music and you love art and you love all of that, you'll absolutely love Austin.
Yeah, I'm really excited. And so we are going to be holding our event at the Fairmont in Austin, October 12th to 14th. Tickets are available now. So please, please, please for the, and we will go into more detail, but this is our leadership retreat. So for the broker owners, the managers, prospects that are thinking about franchising with our company, this is the event for you. It is 2.5 days of knowledge, fun, and so much more. I know, Kathy, I think I've been to 3 or 4 of them now, and it gets bigger and better every single year.
It does. And I love everything about it, Josh, even the name, the intention of the naming convention.
Right.
If you think about it, our big event that includes all of our professionals is called Summit. Well, to prepare for Summit, we meet at Basecamp.
Mm-hmm.
And so Basecamp is leadership. It's a time for managers and owners and affiliates and just the leadership within the company to get together, brainstorm, network. This year's focus is going to focus a lot on training.
Yeah.
It's going to focus on increased productivity. It's going to focus on how to encourage, empower, enable our affiliates and our leadership to help our professionals overcome the uncertainty of the market. So if you're listening today and you're a professional and you're not in the group to attend, please go to your broker owner manager and say, hey, you need to be at this event because you need to be at it for me, because that's what it's for. It's to help our leadership be prepared for the changes in the market and what's coming next.
Yeah, and so I think that's kind of a lot of what I wanted to discuss today. I have a much different perspective with all of our events, but with Basecamp in particular, our team is behind the scenes, so we actually don't get to see a lot of the breakout sessions and the different keynote speakers and some of the educational events that happen within it. And I know you are right there on the front line. Mm-hmm. So can you kind of talk about maybe from like the one that we had last year in Nashville or the one that we had in Southern California a few years ago, what our broker owners are going to be taking, like what they're going to take away from Basecamp?
What they will experience, and that is our goal, is for them to walk away with an experience, is the best practices, best tips, to go back and engage with their professionals and coach them and lead them to the next level. So what we're planning this year is going to be extremely interactive. So we're going to have lots of topics. It's going to be more of a workshop. Of course, we're going to have keynote speakers. Of course, we're going to have that inspirational, motivational type element to it. But what they're going to experience is how to increase productivity, how to attract and retain better talent, how to engage, incorporate, and implement the tools and the resources that we have. And they'll learn, of course, from us, from your group, and from our group, mm-hmm. Josh, but more importantly, they'll learn from each other, because some of our best ideas come from the boots that are on the ground. Yeah. So I can promise you we are as excited about the event as those who will participate. We encourage you to go ahead and register, go ahead and get your tickets. Austin is a fairly easy place to fly in and out of. So we are open for business, and we are really excited about having the best of the best with us.
Yeah, and I think from some of the previous attendees that I've spoken to at the event, I know a big thing for them is networking and just getting to talk with their peers, other franchise owners, how they do it in their market, what works, what doesn't. I know that's really just a huge thing for a lot of these attendees. So it's The next thing I do want to bring up is your business coaching sessions, but
Can I say
yeah.
one more thing about that? Because I think what's important is to recognize the work that we do to better engage everyone with the new introductions, the new initiatives that we have.
Right.
Taylor and her team will have a big influence this year at Basecamp with One Lux.
Mm-hmm.
The introduction of the One Creative Studio is mind-blowing.
Yeah.
We launched that. Last week, we launched it with the leadership on Tuesday. It was kind of a second run for them. On Wednesday, we had over 1,000 people on our Waking Up to Win business coaching series and introduced it to them. So they're the kind of things that it's just, as we evolve and as we grow, we want to make sure that we're providing coaching elements for the leadership to keep them engaged, and we get that implementation and adoption rate of the tools and resources that we provide at the biggest, highest, maximum level that we can.
Yeah. And so that's perfect. So I, wanted to discuss you and Mark handle these business coaching sessions every single week through Waking Up to Win. And it's another opportunity for the leaders of our network to come together. It's virtual, but to come together virtually and learn together and grow together and also just learn from each other. And I think that Basecamp is that in person, and it's the best and the brightest coming together to feed off of each other. And it really I wish I could be a fly on the wall in some of our offices after Basecamp to just see the fire burning and the encouragement and excitement from what happens at Basecamp.
Yeah. And if you think about it, let's talk about it musically. It's like this crescendo. It's like every Tuesday for 2.5 years, Mark and I have hosted Waking Up to Win workshops, which is for leadership. And it's where we talk about initiatives. It's where we talk about recruiting and retention and different things that we're doing, not only education, but in the business. And so the crescendo of that, we build and build and build and build, is Basecamp. And You're right. It's that time to sit at a table together, have a drink together, have that discussion around how do we maximize what we have? What is every little component that we can implement to make it better? Just like Summit is the crescendo for our business coaching series. Right. So we're very intentional with saying we're going to have a virtual element of education, that we have conversations, and then we're going to blow it up when we have the opportunity to get face to face. Yeah.
And, we're only a couple months away, which is crazy because I remember when we decided on Austin last year, and now it's right around the corner. But it's definitely something if you haven't booked your tickets, please do so. It's something to be excited for. We can't release yet, but we do have a pretty star-studded cast of keynote speakers, which, Kathy, I know you and I are very excited for, because we are bringing this podcast to Austin, and we are going to sit down with some of the speakers and get to record live, which I'm very, very, very excited for.
Josh, anytime I get to be with you and Ryan, I'm excited. So I'm looking forward to seeing both of you.
Yeah, it should be a good time. But Kathy, can you kind of touch upon your weekly Waking Up to Win sessions? I know it's a touch of what they're going to get at Basecamp, but I do want, for those that don't know, what they're missing out on each week, every Wednesday.
Yeah, every Wednesday. And let me just roll back, if I can, Josh, and give you a little bit of the history of what we do. When COVID was first announced, and when the pandemic, we were all in that time of uncertainty, the last uncertainty, not this one, the one previous. We decided that we were going to try to get ahead, and we were going to try to do some heavy lifting for our affiliates. And Mark and I did a daily Waking Up to Win workshop. And it was more of an agent town hall. It was more conversational. It was 1 hour every Wednesday. What we did is people went back to work, and people became more engaged back in the business. We cut that back to 1 day a week. Right. And since that time now, so for 2.5 years, we've been doing Waking Up to Win. You can visit, anyone can visit wakinguptowin.com, look at the calendar, and see what we have coming. Yeah. It has evolved from an agent town hall to the Waking Up to Win business coaching series. And what we have every week is one of our professional partners. So we have Debbie DeGroat, we have Sherry Johnson, we have Katie Lance, we have Brian Tercel, who does LinkedIn. We have a lot of our partners come in and do a coaching series. Now, keep in mind the value of this for our associates and for our affiliates is huge because normally they would pay for this.
Right.
They would pay for monthly coaching. So they're able to sit for 1 hour a week and hear from the best of the best. On the weeks that are not filled with our partners, Mark and our team, we do a series. Last week, we rolled out and we introduced One Creative Studio. So as we have big initiatives, whether it be enhancements in any of our products and tools, we use that opportunity to get in front of our professionals to do that. So we're super excited about it. If they miss it, because we know we are all driven by commissions, we know that there are times they cannot attend. Each episode is posted to One.U, our LMS, our learning management system. So let's say that one of our professionals said, I need to do something for building my pipeline. They could go into One.U right now, search in the search bar, building my pipeline, and all of the episodes, whether it be Debbie or Sherry or Katie, would populate, and they could listen to that coaching series. We clean them up, we edit them so that they're not getting the chat before we get rolling. You know how that is.
Yeah.
They're only getting the content. So we're really super excited to offer that. We think it's a huge value for them to be able to go in and at no cost. Take advantage of hearing from our partners. So again, our podcast is driven by One.U. A lot of what we do is around education and training. We know that every professional needs a navigator, and our job is to provide the tools and resources to navigate, that broken road for them. So we're excited to do that.
Yeah. And I think that's, and that's the whole reason for Basecamp. Like you said at the very beginning, right? Basecamp is what gets you ready to ascend to the summit, and Summit is our event for everyone. And so for our leaders, we really, really hope to see you all in Austin. It's a event that not only is a lot of fun, but you will walk away better than when you walked in. It truly is like a special thing. Like Kathy said, this company goes above and beyond and really prides itself on the education and training provided, and Basecamp and Summit and other events like that are the mecca of that. You really get as much as you can handle. The information is endless during those 2 days.
Yeah, and there are a couple of requests I want to make. There are ways to find out more. Please visit your one-on-one. I think that comes out on Thursday. Your one-on-one will have information.
Wednesdays. Our broker one-on-one is the first Thursday of every month, but we have a one-on-one newsletter every Wednesday.
Okay, well, the broker event on Thursday will probably have registration for Basecamp. So please, if you're in leadership, look for that. Otherwise, you can email learning@realtyonegroup.com, and we can help you get that information if you're in leadership and you would like to attend, or if you would like to find out more about Realty ONE Group and how to become a part as a leader. The thing about waking up to win, there are a couple of different ways for the business coaching sessions. You do not have to be with our organization to listen to them and to participate. You can go to wakinguptowin.com, scroll to the bottom of the page, and register. What that registration will do is allow you to attend any and all of the Wednesday sessions that you would like to. It will also grant you access to One.U. So you will have a 30 days to go in, visit One.U, and gather any of that information that you want, share it however you want. Kuba is very gracious and very intentional with wanting to make sure that we educate the industry, not just Realty ONE Group, because he knows and we know that the better our industry is educated, the easier it is for everyone. So again, there's intention behind opening up to everyone. Also, I would like to invite everyone to go in. Please subscribe and download the podcast, because if they will subscribe and download each week as we release new episodes, they'll automatically be downloaded and they'll be there for them. So I've got a lot of asks this week. I'm kind of begging this week. I'm sorry about that.
It's a lot of information to digest, but we really appreciate everyone listening. And for those that can attend, are willing to attend, we hope to see you October 12th to 14th in Austin. It's going to be one hell of a time. I don't know how else to explain it.
It will be. Buckle up, Buttercup. It's going to be fun.
Well, Kathy, it's always a joy to see you and chat with you. Until next time.
Okay. Thanks a bunch.
Thanks.
Have a great week.
We thank you for joining us today on another episode of One on One, a Realty ONE Group podcast. We are powered by One.U and ask if you have suggestions, recommendations, or questions, please email learning@realtyonegroup.com. And remember, pay close attention to the details, listen to understand, not respond, and always be a resource, not a sales pitch.